no ice, ain't nobody happy. That's when the party comes to a screeching halt. Or somebody has to leave the party to get ice. Certainly here in Florida, across country, Mother Nature has been up to no good. She's really pulled some dirty tricks, and you know, even whether it was Hurricane Irma, I mean, ice was one of the things that was a valued commodity. So there's some practical and there's some real fun party purposes to this. Most importantly though, it is ice on demand in the same way that restaurants make it. So this is really basically professional or restaurant quality, just happens to be in our most compact and efficient fashion. It's from Improvements, so that is also an HSN exclusive. And what is it? This looks like a bread maker, is actually a deluxe ice maker. Now, all you need to do is plug it in, okay? So that could be a picnic shelter, band shelter, on the boat, campground, and then you don't need a water line, you just pour your water into the little receptacle, and then guess what? You get this cool looking ice that doesn't look like the ice from your ice maker or the ice that you get from the store. And there's actually a purpose to that. So we'll talk about the speed and the convenience, but you need to know it's also our best price. It is on sale. And part of our customer favorites weekend, everything is on 5-pay flex pay on the air or online. So that means for $25.99 with free shipping, you're getting this at home. So here is our brushed stainless. Are we officially we're calling this stainless. This is turquoise. Love that new color. This is one of my favorites. I love that copper. It has almost a rosy gold look to it, but officially it's copper in the system. Red is always one of our most popular, I should say. And then check this out. Look at this beautiful thing. They call this black, but it's kind of like a hematite color for all of our rock hounds out there. I know it's been a big J. King weekend, so definitely you have got it, and you have got it for a little over $20, $25.99 on your credit card. My Minnesota girl, Rebecca Wood, is back with us, and boy, have ice will travel. That's like a party invitation waiting to happen. Hey, Rebecca, let's start with some of the basics in case someone hasn't seen this before. Because people always say, do I need a water line? Do I need a plumber? Like I'm going to have coming over to my house at probably 3 o'clock in the morning.
So you don't need to do that.
You don't need it. There's no worries. There's no mess. There's no cleanup. So let's talk about how efficient this is, because it's like these power pistons. This is actually kind of how restaurants make ice, isn't it?
It is exactly like that. You can see the pistons back here. In fact, this beauty is going to bring us some ice right now. You're going to see that it's going to take the ice, place it into the tree, and then go back, tray, I should say, and then go back to making its next tray of ice. But those pistons right there, what happens is the water runs over it and it flash freezes it, meaning it's trapping less impurities. In fact, really no impurities, because it's being made in this one self-contained unit, not next to whatever you had for dinner last night or the frozen peas. So that's why it's the best tasting ice you will ever have. But here's the reason everybody loves this one. It's the first time we've had this model back in months and months and months. First time we've had all the colors in probably a half a year. It's our most portable version. Why is that important? 18 pounds, you can pick it up. All you need is a simple plug and you can make ice. I made it in the back of my car when Hurricane Irma hit. You can make this in condos, in assisted livings, in RVs, at the campground, absolutely anywhere. All you have to do is plug it in. You can see that's right where you're gonna pour the water in. It is gonna hold about a gallon of water. I love that because that means I can go and enjoy my party and not have to worry, because it will continue to churn out that ice. And you might have just seen there that there is an L and an S on there. Well, you get to choose the size of your ice, if you can believe it or not. Small is gonna be great for your blended drinks. And then that large is going to be wonderful for all of your drinks that you wanna really savor and last. And you were talking about that really cool technology. And we mean that, it is cool technology. Because it's made on that piston right there, you're gonna see there's a little indentation. That indentation gives it more surface of the ice, so your drinks cool down faster, but it's still one bullet-shaped ice cube, so it's gonna melt slower. Bullet-shaped, so you can fit it. Shannon, take a look at that, even in the smallest openings. There is a lot of thought that went into making these ice cubes.
It is. Hey, Rebecca, just a quick quantity update. Now, the good news is all
Okay.
the colors are back in stock. That's a big deal because normally when Rebecca and I are on the air with this, I get 2 colors, basically. And I will tell you, you know, just like you got that spare tire in the back of your car, you should have this at the ready. Because now, as we're, you know, slowly starting to get out in the world, whether it's with our pods or the weather's starting to warm up and we're going to those picnic shelters, we're going to the beach, we're going, you know, to the band shelters, you know, all of those great things. Say I'll bring the ice, but ice on demand, first and foremost, it's like the coolest thing. The first time anybody got a robotic vacuum, you sit and watch it because it's just like you're mesmerized. This is mesmerizing to watch, and it's such a mind-blowing concept that your ice doesn't have to taste like frozen peas or the onions in that freezer or have that freezer burn. It's not only fast, which that's one thing, it's efficient, not only in how it cools your drinks or how quickly it makes ice, but how it disperses that cooling. I say technology and ice. So remember, it is just back in stock. It's exclusive to us. This is the stainless, has a brushed stainless design, that beautiful turquoise. Everybody loves blue in the kitchen. I'm gonna be getting that turquoise today's special. I know, Marlo's like, girl, come on. I know, we're both trying to talk, we're both thinking, but I got this ninja and that ninja. All right, so that's coming up next hour. Then we have our beautiful copper, which the truth is that is kind of like a rosy gold, but we do call it copper in the system. The red is really more of a metallic red. You can see that beautiful, they're so pretty. Why not keep it on your counter? And then we call this black, but it really is a hematite color. And Rebecca, whether you love to be in the kitchen like both of us do, or you just love a party, or all of the above, when customers get this at home, they're really kind of blown away because everybody's got an ice maker in the refrigerator. We've used those little plastic trays. But this ice is so distinctive, not only in terms, I keep saying ice technology, how it disperses that cooling or how it makes your smoothies or your Andrew Lessman protein drinks more creamy so it tastes like dairy, or it doesn't dilute the spirits if you're having a birthday party. Once people get this at home, they're kind of thinking, how in the world did I ever live without that? I mean, you really do read that in the reviews, don't you?
100%, because you know what, when you think about ice, what do you think about? You think about the parties. You think about those shaken, not stirred martinis. You think about those big events, but really you use ice daily. I know I do. So whether it is going to be a Saturday night and it is time for me to chill out and I want to relax, I can have that ice cold martini in 7 minutes from the time I turn this on. Did you know that, Shannon? 7 minutes. You add the water, you turn it on, you decide if you want the small ice or the large ice, and in 7 minutes you get a full tray of ice, and it's going to continue to churn out that ice so it makes 26 pounds of ice in 24 hours. I mean, that's just mind blowing. And we did that in our very most compact size because we want you to keep this out. We don't want you to pack this away. We want this to be the beautiful little jeweled bauble that turns out ice every single day for your water. It's going to taste better, so you're actually going to drink more. I love it personally for my iced coffee. Again, remember, we did that bullet-shaped ice cube. So even those to-go cups, no matter the size, they're going to fit. So every morning when I turn on my coffee maker, I turn on this at the same time. I'm gonna add that cream because we're from Minnesota, so you've gotta have cream in your coffee. And I have the best tasting coffee. All I'm tasting is the coffee, not what I made for dinner last night. And then you were talking about creamy ice. So many people laugh when I tell them this makes creamy ice. It makes creamy ice. Part of it is that little indentation we were talking about. Not only does that give you more surface of the ice here, listen, another tray of ice is coming out right now. Not only is it going to give you more surface of the ice, when it is put into a blender, there, take a look at that, scoops it right in, and then it's going to go back to making the next tray. You don't even have to babysit it.
It's true. By the way, our friend, sorry, Rebecca, I just wanted to mention, our friend Vicki Lee in Texas, by the way, best to you and your hubby, she plugs it into the converter in her truck and takes it to drag races. And I know that's something that you did when we went through the last hurricane here in Florida. I said there's a practical side to this along with the fun side to this, meaning the party stops when there's no ice. Good grief, if you're making ice in 7 minutes, I complain longer than 7 minutes. If somebody tells me I got to go to the store and get more ice, so that's longer than 7 minutes. So just wanted to make that point. If you have one of those converters, you can use this at the picnic shelter, the band shelter, at the campsite. Remember, there is no plumbing involved, unlike my house, so you don't have to worry about a line, you don't have to worry about a plumber, you don't have to worry about maintenance. One quick word we always like to mention is it is an ice maker, not an ice storer. So once it makes that ice, of course, you know, you take it out and you make more ice, and it really is fun to watch. This really is restaurant technology in our most compact and convenient fashion. It's about the size of a bread maker, so it goes wherever you go. So remember, we have the stainless, all the colors are just back. We have the turquoise. We're calling this copper. It's kind of like a rosy gold. If you want that copper, I would do it now. That is usually gone by the time Rebecca and I have any primetime shows together. I love that red. It's a beautiful metallicized red. And then the black is more of like a hematite for all of our rock hounds or gemstone fans. And Rebecca, you know, I defer back to you, and I know, wow, are we busy. It's a customer favorites weekend. Everything's on 5-pay flex pay. But when people look at something like this, they're like, oh man, but how do I clean it? How do I fill it? It couldn't be any easier, right?
No, all you have to do, drain the water. That's all you have to do. We have a little plug in the bottom, on the left-hand side in the front. You just pull it out over the ground if you're camping, or over the sink if you're in the kitchen, and let that water drain out. There's no filter. In fact, one of my friends texted me and they said after they had this for about 6 months, they couldn't believe how long the filter in their refrigerator was lasting. So you're actually going to save money there too, because you're not using that filter so much, and those are expensive. So this is great. Again, you just fill it up, you plug it in, you turn it on, you decide large ice or small ice. I love that. And in 7 minutes, the best tasting ice you've ever had. And if you think I'm being funny, if you're like, ice is ice, no, it's not. Wait till you taste this, because there really is a difference. And I was showing you how creamy. This is just frozen fruit and some ice and a little bit of juice. So in the mornings, add some protein.